everyone, welcome back to Melissa's Kitchen Table. Today I am going to experiment with a recipe that I've never tried before. This is the first time I'm trying it, so hopefully it turns out good, but we'll see. It is black bean brownies. So, they're supposed to be a little bit healthier for you. They're made with coconut sugar as opposed to regular sugar. They are gluten-free. And I will leave the original link down below so you can read more about them. But hopefully they come out good, but we're going to experiment on this together. So you're going to need 1/4 cup of rolled oats, 1.5 cups or 1 15-ounce can of black beans drained and rinsed, 1/4 cup creamy raw almond butter, 6 tablespoons of raw cacao powder, 2 tablespoons flax seeds, 2 teaspoons vanilla, 1 cup of coconut sugar, 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 cup of dark chocolate chips or some type of nuts. That's also optional. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. It does call for a 9-inch baking pan. Unfortunately, I only have an 8-inch, so the cook time on this is probably going to be longer. It should be about 30 minutes, but I'll let you guys know at the end how long this really does take. And I have it lined with parchment paper because these are not traditional brownies. The recipe does suggest that you use parchment paper for easy removal. So a little bit about the coconut sugar. So I did look at Trader Joe's for it and I couldn't find it. So I ended up ordering this online. This is small. You think this is a big container. When I seen it online, it's really not. And this was $5.99. This is 24 ounces. Then just yesterday, we went to a different Trader Joe's and they had a bag of it for $3.99. So if you can get to a Trader Joe's, I do suggest, if you wanted to try this recipe as is, that you look there for it because it is much cheaper there. And coconut sugar is not white like your traditional sugar. It's more of a brown sugar substitute, I guess. They're thicker granules and they are this dark caramelly color. The other thing is we're going to be using almond butter. Now, I could not find raw almond butter, but I did find this. The thing is basically you want to look at the ingredients, make sure there's no added sugars or other preservatives and things like that. This one is just dry roasted almonds and sea salt, which you would probably want to get one that is unsalted, but this is what I could find. We're going to be using 1/4 cup of rolled oats, so let's get started with that because that's what it says to do. You want to use a mixer, a food processor, a blender, something like that. And I've done this plenty of times before, like when I make dog cookies, I make my own oat flour. So you put in 1/4 cup of your rolled oats, put the top on, and it's plugged in, power, and I'm just going to blend these up, and I'm going to be right back because it's loud. And that's pretty much what you're looking for. It's not a fine flour. You could always mill it down more if you wanted to. And then there's nothing spectacular. Just start adding in your ingredients. I have 1 can of black beans, rinsed, drained and rinsed. We're going to put in our 1/4 cup of our almond butter. Whoops. All right, so we got that going in. Now, by no means am I saying, like, these are, like, super healthy for you. I'm just giving an option. All right. 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I hope I have enough here. The recipe does say that you can do up to a half a cup if you like yours super chocolatey. That's about all I have left. I'm not going to leave just a little in there. Oops. All right. The other thing that I am substituting is I don't have flax seeds, but I do have hemp seeds. So I'm going to put that in instead. That's about all I have left in there too. I must have known. These are where I got them. Or these are the ones that I get. We usually put those on salads. They're really good. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I will say that is one thing I don't usually measure. And of course you're going to want to use a real vanilla, not an imitation. 1 cup of this coconut sugar. It even smells, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like toasty smelling. I don't know. And yes, I know, sugar is sugar. I get it. I know there's always going to be somebody that comes at me for something. But like I said, I'm also out of balsamic vinegar, so it does say you can use a different vinegar. You're going to use this because it's going to react with, which I should have put in first, the baking soda. And it'll help your brownies to rise. So it does say not to omit that. Okay. I'm going to leave out the salt because my almond butter was salted. And then we need to mix this until it's nice and smooth. Remember, you have the black beans in there, so it might take a little bit of time. So I will let you know how long that takes, and I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay. So I did it for about 1.5 minutes. And this is what it looks like. I did it for about 1.5 minutes. Then I scraped the sides down. If you use a regular food processor, that'll be a little bit easier than if you're using a blender like this, which is, I have the Ninja. So get all that off. And I did try it. You cannot taste black beans at all. It really does taste like a brownie. I could taste the almond butter. The recipe also does say you can trade it out for other nut butters, like peanut butter or whatever. I'm not a huge peanut butter fan, so I wanted to try it with the almond butter. But if this does come out good, I will definitely make it with peanut butter because my husband loves peanut butter. So it's supposed to be really thick, and it is. All right, so let's get our pan. And let me get all this in here. Sorry for the view. Here, let me get it all out. And then we'll be right back. Oh, you can't even see it. All right. There. Hang on. Okay. So it takes a little effort getting it out of there. But you could you could put the oats in there, make them into flour, and put the beans in there, and turn them into a paste. And then proceed to mix it in a mixing bowl. But then you're going to have more dishes. So that's up to you. Now I'm using the offset spatula because I feel that it'll be a lot easier to spread this out because it is such a thick batter. You can use a spoon. Use whatever you want. And I'll be honest, I was a little concerned because I'm making this for Sunday dinner, the dessert. I was going to make sure I had something else just in case these weren't any good, but I'm not worried because just tasting the batter, they are very, very good. And yes, my hands are clean. All right, so I'm just going to put the nuts on top. All right. And I just have some organic dry peanuts. Organic dry peanuts, yeah. They look raw, I don't know. Either way, I'm just going to sprinkle a handful on the top. They will toast up nicely. You could mix them into the batter if you want. To be honest, I forgot all about it. All right, so I'm going to put that into a 350-degree oven. If you're using the 9-inch pan, you should only have to cook it for 30 minutes. So I will let you know how long I have to cook mine for. And then I will show you what they look like. Okay, so I ended up cooking this for 35 minutes and it came out really nice. I've let it cool for a couple of hours now. It's definitely cool. And you should be able to lift it out of the pan without too much of a problem. It is going to be softer than, it feels like it's softer than your average brownie. And the serving size, you're supposed to cut it into 16. So to do that, I'll just cut it in half. And in 4s. And the same the other way. So it does seem like it's a nice fudgy brownie. And just if you wanted to know, it says 133 calories per brownie. Oh, I don't want the stick. Okay. So let's see what it looks like. It looks like a brownie. Your traditional, it's fudgy. I have to be honest, you cannot tell that it's black beans. It tastes like a traditional brownie. If you don't like peanut butter or almond butter, you will taste it. So if you don't like that, then you might not like them as much. But if you like chocolate and peanut butter or chocolate and almond butter, this is excellent. I have to say, this is very, very good. Definitely surprised. I don't know what you could do to make it more of a cake-like brownie, but definitely if you like fudgy brownies, this recipe is definitely a keeper. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and share, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.